Hey there, and welcome to your yoga class. Today we're doing chakra 6, which is our third eye chakra, just between our eyebrows. So it's really closely associated with the element of light and of course our eyes as well. And we're going to be trying to centre ourselves and be still. A few sitting poses and balances, maybe an inversion as well. So we're going to start some eye exercises. So just not moving your head, you're going to be putting your eyes up and down, just your eyeballs. We're not moving anything else. So eyes up and down 10 times, helping us with our vision. And then once we've gone up and down 10 times, we're going to go left and right 10 times. This is really good for the muscles in the eyes as well. Of course, as we get a little bit older, our muscles aren't quite as effective as they used to be sometimes. So after you've done up and down and left and right, you're looking up to the left and down to the right. So in a diagonal line, 10 of them as well. And then after that, you're going the other way. So looking up to your right and down to your left this time. And you might find your eyes getting quite tired because this is quite full on exercise for them. Concentrated exercise, we'll use them all day. And once you've done those 10, we're going to go in circles. So you're going to go 5 circles one way, and it's really tempting to move your head, but try and keep it still and do nice big circles with your eyes. 5 one way, 5 the other. Well done. So let's just sit and breathe for a little second. And what we're going to do here, we've done our first 5 chakras already. This is our 6th chakra. Of course, we have 7, finishing the crown of our head. But we're going to take 3 nice deep breaths into each of our chakras. So 3 nice deep breaths, concentrating on our root chakra right down at the floor. And moving up your body into your sacral chakra. 3 nice deep breaths. So you're focusing on the area of the chakra. And then up to your solar plexus, just sort of below the rib cage, 3 nice deep breaths. Then up to the heart area, then up to the throat, and then up to your third eye. So a good 3 breaths each place. Imagining that you're taking good stuff in and really blowing all the sort of stiffness and stuff, all the stuff that's not balanced up. So you're cleansing each of your chakras as you breathe into them. So coming on to your hands and knees, just putting your big toes together and your knees out to the side of the mat. We're going to come into wide knee child's pose. And when we're here, you can either rest your head on the floor, your third eye on the floor, or you can rest it on a block. Okay, but try to have that contact, if you can, with your third eye on the floor. Focusing on that area, focusing on opening up your hips, feeling nice and relaxed. And slowly coming back up, you're going to keep your hips over your knees and then slowly come up to a downward dog and pedal it out just like I'm doing here. And remember, you can bend your knees as well. Have a wiggle about, get comfortable. Those hands are about shoulder width apart, remember. Just get yourself nice and comfy and lift your left leg up in the air, 3-legged dog. Bend at the knee, opening up that hip while we're here. Then what we're going to do is bring our knee into our third eye. Curve the spine round, so coming up in the tiptoes and the right toe as well. So bring that knee right in. It doesn't have to get there, but just so as long as it's on its way. Foot up again and knee right into the third eye. Lovely. Nice big crunch for the abdomen as well there. And then finally bring your left foot in between your hands at the front and the back knee down. Let's come up to our lovely low lunge. And you can stay in this position with your hands up or bring your thumbs in prayer position to your third eye, all the while dropping the hips. Tailbone low, feeling the stretch, keep that front knee above your ankle. Hands back on the floor, tuck in the back foot and step up. So when you step up, straighten the spine, straighten the legs, then have a nice wee fold forward. Remember, you can bend your knees when you fold forward as well. Straighten the spine and the hips again, and then coming back down. So gently, 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 just rolling right up and standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, so feet are together. Hands by your side, relax shoulders, standing up nice and tall, gazing forward. The drishti, the gaze, being really important for the third eye chakra as well. So just softly focusing on a point on the floor in front of you, raising these hands up. And what we're going to do is bring our arms down to angel arms, okay? So elbows sort of parallel with the shoulders, looking up if you want to. Inhale, bring your hands up again. And then exhale, bring them back down into angel arms. Lovely big chest stretch this one. Arms up again. And back down again. Into angel arms. Back up again. And back to mountain pose. So let's raise our hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then plant those hands, step back, but you're stepping back on your right foot. Keep the right hand on the floor and left hand up into an easy twist. This time, just for a second, and then stepping back to plank. Put your knees down as well if you want to in plank. We're going to lower down, lower into the floor, and then we're coming up into our fingertips and do fingertip cobras. So inhaling, up with the head and chest. 3 times, just lifting the head and chest off the floor. So from here, let's come into our puppy dog pose. So make sure the hips are above the knees and walk those hands forward and bring the chest to the floor and pop the forehead on the floor as well. Again, that third eye in contact with the floor. Pressing the chest towards the floor, nice big shoulder opener this one as well. And just relax here for a few breaths. So slowly walking up again, tucking those toes. And let's come up to a downward dog again. Hopefully starting to feel a little bit easier. Bending the knees, pedaling out. Remember, those knees can be bent as well. So this time, bring your right foot up in the air, bend the knee, open the hip, straighten it up, and we're going to do those knee to third eyes again. So knee in to third eye, back up straight. Second one, back up straight, and then the third one. Lovely. And after we put our foot straight up this time, it's coming between our hands. If it doesn't get there the first time, that's fine, just pick it up, back knee down. Coming up to a low lunge, dropping the hips, and then thumbs to your third eye. So from here, putting those hands back on the floor, nice low lunge, and stepping up again, just like we did before, into a halfway lift, straight spine, straight legs. Exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again, bending the knees as much as you need to, and again curling up to standing. And as we did before, raising your hands up in the inhale, and then exhale, coming down with those angel arms, really opening up the chest, tilting the chin up if you want to as well. You don't have to. See how it feels on your neck. But 3 of them. And then forward folding again on a big exhale, halfway lift again, and then plant your hands this time. But let's step the other foot back this time, the left foot. So keep the left hand on the floor, right hand up for an easy twist, and then stepping back to a full plank, and then lowering down, coming up to our cobra, but this time no hands. If you can, use your fingertips if you want to, but 3 little baby cobras again. Just like before, but with your fingertips off. And then tucking the toes in. Let's come up to our tabletop position and coming down into puppy dog pose once again. So slowly walking your hands back up, big toes together, knees out to the side of the mat, and coming into wide knee child's pose, and just relax here for a couple of breaths. So let's slowly make our way up to downward dog again. Meeting up here and lifting your left leg in the air in 3-legged dog. Now we're going to bring it right through between our hands, okay? And we're going to come up now, straighten that front leg as much as you can. Can be a wee bit bent if you want to. Bit of a shorter stance as well maybe, and we're going to come into pyramid pose. So keep the back straight, hands in the hips, and slowly hinging forward, just as far as you can hinge. Hips are pointing forward. You might want to put the hands on the floor, you might want to curl your head over, but as long as you're feeling the big stretch up the back of your leg here, make sure those hips are straight. And as I say, a little micro bend in the front knee if you need to. So bend into the front leg again, step back to plank and vinyasa up to our downward dog. Again, we'll do that on the other side. Right leg up in the air, come between the hands, planting the back foot because we need to stand on that back foot, straightening the front leg, hands in the hips. Okay, but remember the wee bend you can have. Lengthening, folding over. Maybe putting the hands on the floor if you want to. So again, bending into that front knee, coming back to plank and vinyasa down, lower to the floor, upward dog or cobra, and tucking the toes back to a downward dog. Stretching it all out. So let's walk up to our hands now. We're going to come into a ragdoll pose. So your feet are hip width apart. Hold on to your elbows, bend your knees as much as you need to, and hang nice and relaxed. Really nice loose head here. And slowly coming up to standing. So pop your hands in prayer position. Up at the third eye if you'd like to. And just stand here for just a second or two. Breathing nice and deeply into your belly. So we're going to take our hands out to the side. We're going to do eagle arms. So left under the right. You can have the back of your hands together, or you can bind again to have your palms touching. Elbows up, and let's bring our knees and hips back into chair pose. Okay, so watch those knees don't go in front of the toes. Good for opening out the shoulders. A wee bit of tension on the glutes and hamstrings. Standing up again. Let's do the other side. So this time, remember, the right swings under the left. Bend the elbows. Back of the hands meet or the palms meet. Lift those elbows up and sit down as if you're sitting in a chair. Go as low as you like. You don't have to go low though. And coming back up. So, giving yourself plenty of room. We're going to come into warrior 3. So hands in prayer position. Lean on your left foot. And hinge forward. Now you don't have to come to a horizontal position. Even if you're leaning on one leg, that's good. Or you might just be leaning forward a little bit, foot off the ground a little bit. It's all okay. Just do what you can. And then from here, what we're going to do is step back in that back foot, okay? Just adjust yourself like I'm having to if you need to, and come into warrior two. So your hips are pointing to the side this time. That front knee's nice and sturdy over the ankle. Letting your shoulder blades drop back. Let's take our hands behind our back, clasp them, open the chest, humble warrior, which means dipping forward as much as you can, trying to take that left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Hands back in the floor again, stepping back to downward dog. Down on your knees this time, tuck the toes, get a nice foot stretch, hands in prayer position again, and up to your third eye if you want to. Let's come back down onto our hands and knees and up to downward dog again. Do the other side. So let's walk up to our hands, halfway lift, forward fold on the exhale, and coming up. Hands in prayer position. This time leaning on the other leg, leaning on the right leg. Let's come forward to warrior three. So that standing leg has to be pretty nice and strong, good foundation. Pushing the heel back on the foot that's lifting, and then step down nice and gently, adjust your stance and come into warrior two. The knee at the front is over the ankle. Clasp the hands behind the back and dip forward again. Just as much as you can. That might be a couple inches that you're moving, or you might be able to get right down. It does not matter. Just as long as your shoulders are getting opened up. Hands back down in the mat again and back to downward dog. So, coming down onto those knees again, we are going to hold on to our biceps because this is the distance we need our elbows apart for the next move. Now clasp your hands together nice and gently, and we're going to do a wee dolphin pose. So from here, what we're going to do is dip our chin beyond our hands at the front. So just like this, you're moving forward and back. Okay, 3 times, dipping your chin forward and down if you can. If you want, you can lift your knees off the floor. Let's go for 3 again. Great for building the strength up. This one. But feel free to stay with the first variation, or what you can then do is walk your feet in a little bit more, full dolphin pose, and dip forward again if you want, or you can stay static in this one. And these are really good drills for a headstand preparation as well. So we're going to do 3 of these, and then if you're proficient in headstand or at any stage of headstand, please feel free to do it. Otherwise, just do that dolphin pose again. Okay, or you might be practicing your headstand even just on your tiptoes like this, tucking your feet in just like this, or you can come into full headstand, but please don't do it unless you've been taught face to face before. And make sure those elbows are in the same position that they were when we were doing dolphin. It's really, really important. So just taking your time. So remember, you're either in your full headstand, or you're in your dolphin pose, or you can be doing your backwards and forwards as well. So coming back down, regardless of what variation you did, coming into a child's pose, closed knees this time, hands beside your feet, head on the floor. Especially if you've been doing Shirshasana, the full headstand. Really nice just to come down for quite a few breaths, just let your body recover. Because it is a full inversion, really no matter which variation you've done, it's an inversion. So nice to just relax after it for a few breaths. So let's come on to our bottoms now. Sole the feet together, Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. And we're going to do a passive version of this. So that means you're going to let your head come forward, curve your spine, top of the hands on the floor. You're letting the weight of your head just dictate how far over you come. But really try and relax into it for a few breaths. coming up nice and slowly. We're going to come down the floor and do the same now. So keep your feet together, knees out to the side, and hands are up to you. You can either put them above your head or one in the chest, one in the stomach, and relax here for a few seconds just before we have our Shavasana. So bringing the knees up nice and gently, let's put our legs out to the side of the mat. Let your feet flop out, top of the hands in the mat as well. Relax, have a couple of cleansing breaths if you want, in through the nose and out through the mouth. But for the next couple of minutes, just relax, feel all the goodness from your practice today. Feeling heavier with every exhale and just relaxing. So gently just coming back into the room, maybe wiggling your fingers or toes, and maybe bending your knees or having a shuffle about, whatever feels good for you to come out of Shavasana, and rolling onto your side. And please just pause there just for a second before coming up again. So coming up to a seated position with your hands at your heart, or you may prefer to put them at your third eye as well. And we're going to finish with a namaste as well. Namaste. Thank you very much indeed for joining me for this short third eye chakra practice. Please subscribe and you'll get all the other new videos as well when they come out. And I hope to see you again soon. See you later.